welcome to my review of My Secret Pets. Yeah, I guess I can just call myself the Duchess of Dating Sims at this point, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta sit down and recognize that a lot of dating sims are shit. I mean, have you seen the selection of otome dating sims on Steam? Winterwolves, I hate to break it to you, but nobody wants to play a time management game when they're trying to enjoy a visual novel about dating attractive men. Or women. But Steam isn't the real sewer of otome dating sims. You know what is? The App Store and the Google Play Store. There are so many of these crappy otome games littered all over the mobile gaming market. A fair number of them are translated Japanese games, which I thought would make it better, because if there's any country that can make decent dating sims, it's Japan. Well, I suppose they would be alright if you could just buy them and be done with it, but this isn't the case. Most of them are free with in-app purchases. Some of them will sell you the different character routes in the app, which is stupid because I'd rather just buy the whole fucking game straight up than piece by piece. Plus, if you switch phones, there's no guarantee you'll get to keep your in-app purchases. But the real bastards are the ones that follow the free-to-play model. These games tend to work by giving you some amount of tickets or points each day that allow you to move forward a certain amount. Once you run out of tickets, you can't continue the story. Then they'll push you to buy more so you can keep going. Although some of these games give more tickets in exchange for watching ads or downloading other apps, most of them aren't worth it either way. The game I'm reviewing today falls into the first category. My Secret Pets is a PC port of a mobile dating sim, and it just barely counts as a PC port. Trying to switch the game to full screen mode often causes the game to crash, and it can't be resized in windowed mode. So to start off, it doesn't look very promising, but the guys look cute on the store page, and I've got nothing better to do, so let's press on. The game is one of those dating sims that allows you to enter your own name, which I do appreciate. I feel like this should be the standard for dating sims without voice acting, because it's not like it's something difficult to program into the game. Although Purple Maple Leaf just doesn't look right in this setting, so how about perfect? The story starts with the prologue. Yeah, you see that big prologue button there? Just click that. Our story begins with you talking to your boyfriend Reito, and he just about immediately breaks up with you. You're upset and all that, so you head home. When you get home, you're greeted by this really weird-looking dog that is apparently one of your 5 pets. And then you turn on the lights to see a shitty portrait mode picture? And by the way, I downloaded the game on my phone too to check this, and it makes no sense there either. Not only is the game screen too small for my phone, but the rest of the game is in landscape mode. Why would they do this? One other note too, in the mobile game the characters have some animations like blinking and weird looking hair movement, but I guess that was too advanced for the PC port. Anyway, these guys are your pets turned human. I mean, that's what the protagonist believes. I have no idea because we never actually get to see what these guys looked like as animals, which is just fucking lazy. Apparently they all became human to compete for your love, which is really creepy. Also, you may be wondering how they all turned human. A wizard did it. I'm not even joking, but we'll get to that. After the prologue, you get to choose your route. Remember, unlike a good dating sim where you'd pick a route through various choices you make, this was a mobile game that sold you routes one at a time. Want to know how much they cost individually? Well, the first chapter's free, and the rest of the route is $4.59. Fuck man, that's almost $25 for the whole game. You know what it's being sold for on Steam? $17. Not that it's worth that either, but what a fucking ripoff. But I'm getting off track. Who are our love interests here? Well, aside from the douchey ex-boyfriend, and really why bother with him, we've got 4 pets with names I'm not quite sure how to pronounce. There's a Sam, a pig who for some reason turned into a guy with blonde hair and ironically loves cleanliness. There's Lufna, a cat who is obviously going to be everyone's first choice because not only is he a tsundere that looks emo, he also has cat ears sometimes, which is really popular for whatever reason. Then there's Ramin, who is some kind of bird and is the oldest of all the pets. He He also has terrible fashion sense. And finally, there's Lise, a yandere rabbit who is seriously mentally unwell. Although, we might think that our protagonist is mentally ill as well, since her first thought after seeing her pets become human was to date one of them. I suppose we could argue the ethics and morals of this situation all day, but let's just say this. I think we can all agree that if you had a pet that turned human, you wouldn't try to fuck it. So each route has a main story with a short sequel and special scenario. I'd say altogether each route will take you about 3 hours at most. That is pretty short, but I don't mind too much. Longer stories in games like Asagao Academy are great, but they can get tiring. Sometimes it's nice to play through a route all at once and be done with it. No matter what route you pick, there are of course choices that can improve your relationship with your chosen guy. It's not always immediately obvious what the best choice is. Ordinarily, I'd say just find a walkthrough because fuck getting the bad ending in a dating sim, but in this case, there are no bad endings. Well, at least they don't call them that in the game. How does the typical bad ending in a dating sim go? Usually you just don't end up with the person you're going after, right? Throwing your computer out the window is optional. Fucking Shane. Well, here, the worst ending you can get is a happy ending. The best endings are miracle endings. No matter what, you will end up with your guy of choice, but the miracle endings are better, at least in the context of the story. One thing to note is that you won't get the whole story unless you play every route. That's rather common in dating sims, although it's clear that in this game it was just to ensure players would buy every route. There's even a bonus scene that tells you which route reveals what parts of the story. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't play through every route. I just barely managed to get through Lufna's and Lise's. I just kind of gave up because I realized I could be playing better dating sims for free. But here's the thing. Knowing the ending of those routes should tell you why I didn't want to finish the game. Let me lay this down for you. This guy is the one who made your pets human. Well, except for the dog. Well, the dog does appear as a human at some point, but whatever. Anyway, this guy is named Fumiya. He's a wizard, I guess. But get this, he used to be a dog named Charm, and he's also the brother of your pet dog. He's also cursed by a magic tree or something that grows berries that turns animals into humans. Now do you understand why I gave up? Other reasons to pass over this include terrible music, some bad translations, a lame-ass damsel in distress protagonist, and the fact that the game doesn't have an auto mode. Well, it might, but I couldn't find it. So the conclusion I've reached is this. I should stop buying dating sims. You know, I'm so glad that Ren'Py exists. It's allowed visual novels, and indeed dating sims, to be more common than ever before. Plus, it's great for someone like me who decided to live stream dating sims every Sunday. Do I hate myself? Maybe I do, but hey, sometimes I find rare gems that are surprisingly good. My Secret Pets, however, is not one of them. And as much as I'd like to recommend something better, the last time I tried, I suggested Seduce Me 2. I've since played Seduce Me 2. I'm sorry. And that's all I've got to say about dating sims, at least until Sunday. As for the next review, I may or may not be going back to what most people subscribe to my channel for in the first place. You know what series I'm talking about. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and the next review will be posted soon. I promise. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.